Cameras not allowed in the courtroom for today's very short proceeding, but our Tom Winter was inside the courtroom. Tom, you've reemerged. Now tell us how it went.
Well, Lester, just as you said, it was a very short proceeding, and it's exactly what we expected. Alan Weisselberg came into the courtroom flanked by a number of New York State court security officers. He was handcuffed. He was wearing a lightish gray suit with a light blue shirt, and he was taken into the courtroom shortly after he was into where he would sit for the rest of the proceeding. He was taken out of the handcuffs. He's out on his own today. He'll be released on his own recognizance. He's had to surrender his passport. That doesn't mean he's prohibited from traveling internationally. It just means that he's going to have to ask the court for permission to do so. There's no bail here. He pleaded not guilty along with the Trump organization to a 15-count indictment, which overlays a scheme from what they say from 2005 up until yesterday, wherein grand larceny is charged, various things related to taxes are charged. And the heart of this, Lester, really is this idea here that people were compensated. Alan Weisselberg, and according to the indictment, other executives were compensated in a, quote, off-the-books manner. What does that mean? Essentially, that means payments in terms of an apartment, in terms of cash payments, things that were not recorded properly for tax purposes. All in all, they say Alan Weisselberg benefited $1.7 million from this scheme. Interestingly, they do lay out that the federal government was defrauded as a result of this to the tune of over allegedly $500,000, as well as city and state taxes. That's something that obviously gives the Manhattan District Attorney purview to investigate this. I would describe the scene inside is very quick. It was very similar to any other arraignment of a non-high-profile case, I would say, except for the well, as it's referred to. That's where the prosecution and the defense sits. For those of you familiar with Law and Order or any other sort of court program, that was packed. It was packed with people from the district attorney's office, including Carrie Dunn, who fought so hard against Trump's attorneys to prohibit his taxes from being turned over. Dunn made arguments, including before the Supreme Court, that eventually led to those tax returns and underlying tax documents being turned over. He kind of led the way. We'll get a copy of his speech shortly and be able to share that with everybody. So that was interesting. He kind of quarterbacked the proceedings, and obviously attorneys for the Trump organization, as well as Alan Weisselberg, in the well, along with investigators for the Office of Attorney General. That's Letitia James, and then the office that brought this case, the Manhattan District Attorney, Cy Vance. So all in all, about 15-20 minutes in the room, and in this case now we'll move forward. The next time we'll see the parties back in court, Lester, will be September 20th at 9:30 a.m. That's just a status hearing. We don't even have a trial date yet.